Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Lost Files of Sherlock Holmes, the case of the Serrated Scalpel. We're on part 5. In the last video, we did some lab work back at our home base of 221B Baker Street, and discovered that the flower had been artificially dyed, and discovered the powder residue that was on Sarah's body. So we asked our friend Wiggins here and his little group of friends to tell us if he could, or if they could try and locate where the flower originated from. And he told us that a woman at the Covent Garden sold it. So that's where we're gonna go next. We definitely want to travel and see if we can get more information. So we need to go to the Covent Garden. Would be our next location. Now, the order in which I am doing things is the order I'm choosing to do them in. You don't have to do them in the order that I'm doing, but it does make things a little easier. As far as I know, there's no particular order. As far as I know, you can do whatever you choose, should you wish to go in any particular order that you wish, but I feel like this is usually the best order, so if you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to, and I hope that this Let's Play has been enjoyable for you guys so far. As always, guys, if you like any of my videos, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you like, hit the alert, the notification bell, and that way you know when new videos will be posted. I do try to post videos daily. I'm going through multiple Let's Plays of different series, both old and new. Yeah, thanks for sticking with me. And we've arrived at the garden, and let's take a look around at some of the things that we can take a look at here. What do we got here? We got a flower cart. Hello, good sirs. Buy some flowers from Leslie, tuppence for a bunch of violets. Oh, I just wanted to look, but alright. What else we got here? There's a swinging sign. The sign says, Psychic Readings by Madame Rosa. Huh. The sign reads, The Moongate Pub. Seems like there's a passage over here. This passage presumably leads to the palm tree referred to on the sign above the passage. Well, that makes sense. There's a wire basket with flowers. The basket hangs from one side of the barrel. Bouquets of assorted flowers are densely packed in it. The barrel is probably filled with rainwater, and the flowers are settling with their cuts end in the water. What's we got here? Young flower girl. This friendly child is busy marketing her wares, occasionally calling out a litany of violets, daisies, and poppies. Okay. We have a crate. This is a sturdy, oblong pine box. Or pine box, excuse me. There's a fence. The pathway along this fence leads to the main street. Anything else we can look at? There's a door. This door leads to the notorious Moongate Pub. And I think that's it. Alright. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to pick up the wire basket. And he basically just dumps the flowers. As you can see, we have the wire basket now. And what we want to do is we want to use it with the barrel itself. He says done. And looks like we got some cufflinks. A shiny brass cufflink with the initials GB inscribed upon it. GB. Well, it can't be the victim. Must belong to somebody else. I don't think we need the flowers, and I don't think you can actually pick them up. I mean, I can try to, I guess. Nothing of interest. Let's talk with the flower girl. Do you know a woman named Sarah Caraway? No, sir, I don't. Would you like to buy some daisies for her? Or maybe her friend, your friend here would. I'm looking for a man who bought some pink carnations from you in the past 2 or 3 days. I'd like to help you, sir, but I need to sell these daisies more than anything, or there'll be no supper for me. If you want to buy daisies, I'm your girl. A very lovely array of blossoms you have here, young lady. Why, thank you, sir. Might you be interested in a bouquet or two for someone special? Watson, isn't Miss Hudson rather fond of violets? Oh, yes, she is, Holmes. Young lady, here is half a crown for a dozen of those lovely violets. That's most irregular, sir. They are but 2pence. I would be pleased if you would keep the difference in exchange for your time in answering of a few simple questions. My pleasure, kind sir. Well, now she'll talk because we bought some information, or bought some flowers. I'm looking for a man who bought some pink carnations from you in the past 2 or 3 days. I don't have many carnations now, sir, but a couple of days ago I had plenty. What did this man look like? Well, I have no idea. I don't know, but he did have an unusual odor about him. He was tall and wore a cloak. I'm seeking a more complete description of the man myself. It is possible he had you inscribe a card for him to go with his flowers. Many customers like to add a personal touch to their flowers, especially if they're to be a gift. My mum says I have a lovely way about my writing, and if a customer asks, I don't mind adding a word or two for them. If you could show me the card, it might help me remember him. Well, we do have a card. He was tall and wore a cloak. I've sold pink carnations to lots of men that was tall and wore cloaks. If you can tell me more. He had an unusual odor about him? You mean he stunk? What did he smell like? Lilac says from the perfume Eau de Seine. I've never heard of that scent, sir, and I have never heard of a man wearing perfume. Anyhow, but I sure don't remember selling flowers to anyone who smelled the lilac. Sorry I couldn't help you. Okay. Well, you can also ask her about, she says, stunk, damp wool. Most men smell like damp wool in this weather, sir, wearing wet overcoats and all. I'm sorry that I can't seem to help you. So basically, you have to talk to her, and she makes reference to, if you have a card, and you could show her the card. So, we do have a card, though. We have a handwritten card. So why don't we use the card on the flower girl? Or I guess we have to give it to her. Give. Is this the card you recently wrote for a man who bought flowers there recently? Why, yes, sir, it is. I remember the man now. He seemed nice enough, so when he asked me to write a special note to his lady friend, I was glad to help. But no sooner had I finished and handed it back to him, than he started in asking me to have a drink with him in the pub there. I told him no at least a dozen times. When he finally gave up, he told me to come around and see him when I changed my mind. Like I ever would. Where did he say you could find him? That's a funny thing. It seemed like he was about to, and then he thought better of it. He just looked disgusted and turned to leave. Then to make things worse, he tossed a cigarette into my barrel, the one I use for my flowers. Did he say anything else? Nothing. A respectable girl would repeat, sir. After he tossed his cigarette into my water barrel, he looked at his sleeve and cursed something terrible. Never heard such words before. He looked around my barrel, cursed again, and then stomped off down the street. If you have business with this man, you're welcome to it. Please don't say anything to him to come back here. I wonder if the bracelet we found could be related to the man. They seem to have lost something and then started cursing. Well, let's talk to Watson and see what he thinks. Do you see anything that might lead us further in this affair? I'm still amazed that we've come so far as this, Holmes. Lead on, and I'll follow. A lot of help you are. Maybe we'll try the pub. Maybe we'll have some luck in there. Alright, let's take a look around the pub. There's a publican. His ravaged appearance is contradicted by a well-kept mustache of a type characteristic of a sergeant major of the army. He is cadaverously thin, cadaverously thin, with the haunted eyes and sallow complexion of an opium user. He wears a black band around his left arm. Let's look at your barrel. Apparently the drink of choice in this pub is beer. The bar is fitted for 3 barrels of the same brand. Bang Drummond Lager. Picture with black bunting. The landlord, as a younger man, stand next to a sweet-faced woman of advancing years in the midst of a Queen Victoria's 30th anniversary celebration in 1867. She is dressed in a simple black dress, and he in the grand hose and now obsolete garb of a taker on the London Underground transit system. Old Reliable, Widowmaker, Never Say When, and several other gins of questionable provenance and dubious quality are displayed besides some modesty priced scotch. How about that? The soldier in the picture of a youthful version of the landlord himself, wearing a ribbon indicating he is in his first year of service in India. In the picture dated 9th of March, 1865, the soldier wears the uniform and regimental insignia of the 1st Bangalore Fusiliers. They were known for their exceptionally long tours abroad, never less than 5 years, unless death or disgrace brought them back sooner. Interesting. There is a dartboard. Feathered darts attest to the amateur statues of the patrons. More punctures adorn the wall and the support beam than the board. Perhaps this is a testament to the stoutness of the ale, rather than to the abilities of the players. A tiger's head. The head of an enormous Bengal tiger. A taxidermist of only modest competence was unable to properly match the creature's yellow-green eyes. The moth-eaten condition of the head has not contributed to the bearing of the once noble beast. A dirty drunk. Judging from the carbon black stains on his face and hands, this man is a chimney sweep or ash hauler. Despite the glassy cast of his eyes, he appears in a thoughtful mood and may even be coherent. The distinctive tattoo on his wrist indicates he has spent time in the Royal Marine Light Infantry. We have a staggering drunk. A hatter, judging from the silvery white stains on his sleeves, his wild eyes and facial tics suggest that he may suffer from mercury poisoning, a disease typical of his trade. Since he's completely intoxicated, it is hard to tell what his problems may be. The cut of his jib reveals his prior affiliation to the Royal Navy. There's a bouncer in the back. A large muscular man with a wooden expression that bespeaks terminal boredom of a abysmally low intelligence. He holds a truncheon to enforce order among the clientele. Given the current conditions of the patrons, he won't need it tonight. An inebriated longshoreman on the verge of becoming more closely acquainted with the floor, murmurs, hisses, and occasionally shouts at an invisible companion. It's raining on my furniture. His chops are cut in a manner peculiar to the non-commissioned class of the Royal Navy. The window faces out into the square. Layers of grime dull the beauty of the stained glass. Anything else we can look at? There's a feather. The distinctive curved head feather of a white cockatoo. Huh. Some balls. Okay, I think we've looked at everything in the room. So basically we have two choices of getting information from the publican owner there. Basically we can blackmail him into releasing the information, or we can get him to play a round of darts. The thing about the darts, though, is before he plays with you, you basically need to challenge all the drunks in the pub first. The game itself is easy, unlike a regular dart game. You just need to hit 0 without needing a double or triple. And when you've beaten the publican, he will also tell you everything you want to know. So we'll pick up the feather. I mean, there's no point system, but we'll definitely pick it up. Just to show you. So we're going to do the dart system. I'll look at the inventory. So same sort of thing. But yeah, so we're going to do the darts and challenge people to a game of darts. There's also snakeskin. Oh, I missed that. A large specimen of the Indian cobra, Naja Naja, is tacked to the wall. Its characteristic, voluminous hood is marked with the eye pattern, which has long fascinated the native audiences of snake charmers. So, yeah, we're gonna do we're gonna challenge these guys, these three, to a game of darts, and then we'll obviously have to challenge the publican here. But we're gonna do that in the next video.